Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking all about Fountain Hills. Now we are going to be doing our map tour of the area, so just stay along and we're going to show you all the little ins and outs of this nice bedroom community.
So we get a lot of calls from people that are looking to move to the Phoenix metro area, and honestly, we just love it. We've lived here for a long time, and we love sharing all the information about the communities that make up the Phoenix metro area. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. Give us a call, send us a text, send us a DM, however you want to get a hold of us. We're here for you, and we want to be able to answer all your questions.
So, getting right into it, let's start with the borders here of Fountain Hills. I have them outlined in red. As you can see, in terms of the entire valley area of Phoenix, it's going to be in the northeast corner. It's not the most north community, neither is it the most eastern community. As you can see, Apache Junction, Queen Valley, we do get a little more east, but it is one of the more northeastern communities. Now, everything out to the right of Fountain Hills is either national park or it's going to be reservation. Same with the south. And just to the west, it will border Scottsdale, with north of it being bordering the McDowell Mountain Regional Park and Hunting Area, which is owned by the federal government. Now, getting right into it, one of the main arteries of Fountain Hills is Shea Boulevard right here on the south. Now, Shea Boulevard is a major east-west road going through most of the valley. And then the other main arteries are going to be Palisades here, starting the further west. Right in the center, you're going to have Fountain Hills Boulevard. And then on the eastern part of it, you're going to have Saguaro Boulevard. Now, some of the shopping is going to be right here along Shea Boulevard. We're going to get you in that satellite view here. Now, you do have coming into Fountain Hills from the west. You do have a little shopping center community right as you come in off of Eagle Mountain Parkway. Continuing down Shea, you will reach the other main shopping center area right at Saguaro and Shea. Now, this one is on the eastern side, is going to be a little bit bigger than the shopping center on the west, but both will have your grocery stores and some restaurants and everything like that. And some highlights on this south part of Fountain Hills is the golf. So just in what you see on the view right here, which is going to be less than a couple miles wide east to west and less than a couple miles north to south, is you actually have three different golf courses right here. Now, Eagle Mountain on the far west, as well as Desert Canyon on the far east of your screen here, both public courses, with Eagle Mountain being also semi-private. And then right in the middle, you have a private country club of Fire Rock. So if you are looking for that kind of golf community and it being a little quieter, this is going to be a great community for you.
So the nice thing about Fountain Hills is it is a quiet community. It's considered a bedroom community. There's not a whole lot of businesses that are located within the community. There's some smaller, I would say, professional office buildings. So you're gonna, you see your dentists and your doctors' offices and chiropractors, things like that. But for the most part, most of the people that actually live in Fountain Hills are probably going to work either downtown Phoenix or in Scottsdale or maybe even in Mesa. So if being close to your work is important to you, maybe Fountain Hills isn't for you. But if you're looking for a nice quiet bedroom community, a lot of people like living here. A lot of people that have second homes in Fountain Hills because there's a lot of things to do, a lot of outdoor activities. And again, it's quiet. And when people have a second home, they're looking for something that's a little bit more quiet.
Now, it is a actually relatively easy spot to get to, which is why, as Barbara was saying, that you might work in Phoenix, Scottsdale, or Mesa. So you do have this road off of Shea called the 87, which is also known as the Beeline Highway. It's going to take you right down and be quick and easy access down into Mesa, as well as going there. It'll meet up with the 202 to get you access to Phoenix. And then going into Scottsdale areas, we go down Shea, which is that main east-west artery I mentioned, to then take you to the 101, which you can go north-south depending on where your work is located at.
Yeah, and from Fountain Hills, if you take that 87 to the airport, you can get there in 25, 30 minutes. So it's not like it's, way far away.
Exactly. And one of the nice things there as well is, as Barbara said, you're only about 25, maybe 30 minutes to the airport and right there about to downtown Phoenix. Now, the only issue is during the week is going to be rush hour traffic. One of the nice things is here along the Arizona Route 87, it's usually not much traffic at all. But then, unfortunately, once you get on the 202, and especially once you pass the 101 south here, going over to the west towards Phoenix, traffic's going to really start stacking up to you. Now, why going from Shea right up here in the top of your screen all the way down to the 87, getting to the 202 and almost getting to the 101, that might only take you about 15 minutes or under. But then from this point here, getting to Phoenix could take you in rush hour another half an hour depending on traffic, which is one of the downsides. But it is still relatively easy to get to this area. And another reason our winter visitors like it as well is getting to other areas around too. So now Fountain Hills is right on the way to some of our closest lakes. Right here we have Saguaro Lake, which is part of the Salt River system, and then you get into Canyon Lake is the next one. And then you also have the river going up, and they'll all feed all the way up until Theodore Roosevelt Lake, which is quite a large lake, as you see here. Going in Apache.
The interesting thing, though, about these lakes, there's no housing along these lakes. So, if you're looking for waterfront living, you're not going to find it on any of these because these are all part of a reservation or they're a reserve.
Yep, all part of the reserve, and unfortunately, yes, you cannot build on them. But it makes quick and easy access to get there from Fountain Hills. As well as if you want to go visit up north, such as Payson or something like that, you already get a nice head start being on the 87. Now, as Barbara was saying, there are some businesses around here. As we mentioned, there are the shopping centers and some small professional industries as well. And most of those small professional industries are going to be along Saguaro Boulevard here on the east side of Fountain Hills. And that's where most of the little ones and the car shops and stuff like that are going to be at, as well as most of the smaller restaurants are going to be right along Saguaro as well. And Saguaro is going to lead you right up into the highlight of Fountain Hills, which is the Fountain Hills Park.
In the world famous fountain.
Yes.
So the fountain goes off every hour on the hour, I believe from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. For about 15 minutes. It's beautiful. You can see they've got a sidewalk that goes all the way around the park. It's about a 1.25 miles around the park. You see in the morning a lot of people go out and walk around the park in the morning. They might do a couple, 2-3 laps, and even at night you can go because it's all they have lights along the sidewalks.
And they even have a little outdoor amphitheater up here on the northern corner where they sometimes put on plays and other things.
Concerts, things like that, yeah.
Then on the lawn area here on the west side of the park, they'll have a lot of times fairs, car shows, tons of other activities that they'll put on right here around the fountain. They do have some shopping centers right around it. Now, when I say shopping center, it's mostly smaller restaurants, coffee shops, and stuff like that. Although if you do your closest shopping to here, if you're looking for food and everything, is there's a Bashas' and a Ace Hardware right here, just up the Parkview Avenue or Palisades. And then moving up, you have another grocery store, Safeway, and a shopping center right around that. But you won't have many of the other types of stores, such as maybe a Best Buy or other types of shopping that you'd find more in malls or in the Scottsdale area. Just kind of the necessities that you would need to get some food or just have a nice relaxing time. Now, right here is called also the Avenue of the Fountains, right here. And this is kind of like a core area looking right down onto the fountain lake. And you will have tons of restaurants all along here moving up that looks right down into it. It's kind of the heart, so to say, of the Fountain Hills area.
Yep. And that's that location is where they have several I think every weekend in the wintertime they have like a farmer's market thing, and then several times a year they have a huge fair that draws in people from all across the country to share their artwork and things like that.
So Fountain Hills does have some schools. They have a high school, as you can see right here, Fountain Hills High School, right between Golden Eagle and Hampstead Drive off of Palisades. The middle school is a little bit further north up here off of McDowell, which Fountain Hills Boulevard turns into McDowell Mountain Road. So that's going to be right up here. And there also are for more golf courses. The last golf course in the area is right up here. It's called Sunridge Canyon. It is a public slash private golf course as well. There are homes all along it that you can be in, gated and non-gated, which is a great little area. I want to touch on here off of Golden Eagle Boulevard. There is Golden Eagle Park, which has tennis courts up here, tons of pickleball courts down here. It has the baseball and other little parks as well. There is the Falcons are the Fountain Hills High School team, and this is their track fields. There are also dog parks around the area, several different ones throughout.
So even though Fountain Hills is not a huge community, pickleball is very, very popular. They had actually to cut off the membership for the Fountain Hills Pickleball Club at 500 or 600, I think, because they just couldn't accommodate any more players. So if you're into pickleball, something like that, Fountain Hills is a great location for you.
And now everything further north here is going to be mostly just housing areas as well. There are several trailheads you can get off of on this the northwest corner of Fountain Hills, as well as the west side of Fountain Hills as well. A bunch of different trailheads.
Yeah, you can see all those little lines represent a trail, so you can get on these trails if you're into hiking, and you can go for just miles, and get quite a good exercise, because as you can see, this is going up into the mountains, so you're going to get some very significant elevation to these.
Absolutely. And can go basically as long as you want. As you see these little lines, you can go for 20, 30 plus miles if you choose, going all around. Now, one of the last things I want to touch on in the Fountain Hills area is Adero. So Adero used to be called Copperwind, but now they have revamped, and I believe it is a Marriott property.
Right. So they just built a brand new hotel there. So if you are living in Fountain Hills and maybe you just can't accommodate your guests, this would be a good choice for you. So that area right there in the middle, with the white top, is the new hotel, and then they also have an older section of the hotel. Beautiful swimming pools there, and then the Celio is a restaurant with it overlooks the valley. It's got a huge area there. That green area is like a venue for weddings. So it's a great place if you're looking for awesome views to be able to host a wedding.
And that basically about covers the Fountain Hills area. It is one of our smaller communities in the Phoenix metro area. And I just want to touch on, again, why they call it Fountain Hills is just there are so many hills. So here we are at the Adero Canyon Trailhead, which Adero, if you see right out here, that's going to be the hotel. You just follow the road up, but there's just hills everywhere, all around the Fountain Hills.
And the other great thing about Fountain Hills is if you're into biking, I don't know if you saw the bike pass, but almost every one of the roads in Fountain Hills has a specific designated bike path area along it. So if you want to get a good workout, go to Fountain Hills and do some bike riding, and you'll really work those gluteal muscles.
Oh, absolutely. Basically, every one of these roads, none of them are really flat. The flattest road is going to be Saguaro on that eastern side, and even that one is still fairly hilly, but you're going up, down, around, kind of everywhere through Fountain Hills, which leads to great exercise and also great views throughout. Well, want to thank you guys for joining us here today and going all over Fountain Hills in one of our smaller bedroom communities here in the Phoenix metro area. If you did like that video, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.